You can be surrounded by people and still feel completely alone. Not because nobody is there, but because nobody is reaching the part of you that actually needs to be seen. That is the strange pain of modern loneliness. It does not always look like an empty room. Sometimes it looks like a full group chat, a busy workplace, a family dinner, and still feeling invisible. And the scary part is your brain treats that feeling like danger. Researchers call loneliness perceived social isolation. That means loneliness is not about how many people are around you. It is about whether your social needs feel met. So yes, you can be lonely at a party. You can be lonely in a relationship. You can be lonely inside your own family. And you can be alone for days without feeling lonely at all. This is where most people misunderstand it. Being alone is a physical state. Being lonely is a psychological alarm. It says, I do not feel safe, known, or connected here. And once that alarm turns on, your brain starts scanning for proof. Did they ignore me? Did I say something weird? Am I wanted here? Loneliness makes the social world feel colder than it really is. It turns neutral faces into possible rejection. It turns silence into evidence. It turns a delayed reply into a story about your worth. This is why loneliness can become a loop. You want connection, but you start protecting yourself from it. You want to be seen, but you hide the real version of you. You want someone to ask deeper questions, but you answer, I'm fine, before they can. And then people believe the mask. That might be the loneliest part. Not that nobody cares, but that nobody knows where to look. Here is the part that changes everything. Loneliness is not only a feeling. It changes your attention. Your mind becomes a security camera. Keeps watching for signs that you do not belong. This may have helped humans survive long ago. If the tribe rejected you, being alone could mean danger. So your brain learned to treat social disconnection like pain. That is why loneliness can hurt in your chest. It is not drama. It is biology. Studies link loneliness with worse sleep, more stress, and even higher health risks over time. Because when your brain feels socially unsafe, it has trouble resting. Keeps the lights on inside. But this does not mean you are broken. It means your connection system is asking for something real. And shallow connection cannot feed a deep hunger. That is why small talk can make loneliness worse. Because it gives the appearance of connection without the feeling of connection. Everyone is talking, but nothing is touching anything real. How are you? Good. Busy week. Yeah. The words move, but the soul stays silent. And after enough of that, a crowd can feel emptier than solitude. Because solitude can feel honest. But shallow company can feel like acting. You laugh at the right time. You nod at the right stories. You say, we should hang out soon like everyone else. But inside, you feel like nobody actually met you. This is the loneliness of being socially present but emotionally absent. And it is more common than people admit. Some people hide it with jokes. Some hide it by staying busy. Some hide it by becoming the helper. And some hide it by disappearing. But disappearing does not always mean they hate people. Sometimes it means being around people started to hurt. Here is the dangerous part. The longer loneliness lasts, the more it teaches you to expect loneliness. You stop reaching out because you assume it will not work. You stop opening up because you assume people will not understand. You stop showing up because you assume nobody will notice. And then the world starts matching the story. Not because the story was true at first, but because your behavior made it easier to become true. So what breaks the loop? Not forcing yourself to become fake social. Not saying yes to every invite. And not pretending shallow connection is enough. The first step is naming what you are actually missing. Are you missing attention? Are you missing honesty? Are you missing shared interests? Are you missing emotional safety? Are you missing someone who remembers the details? Loneliness becomes clearer when you stop calling every need connection. Because different loneliness needs different medicine. If you feel unseen, you may need to reveal one true thing. If you feel misunderstood, you may need better rooms, not louder explanations. If you feel socially tired, you may need fewer people and deeper contact. If you feel rejected, you may need to test reality instead of trusting the alarm. This is practical. Send one honest message. Ask one better question. Choose one person who feels a little safer than the rest. Then tell them one layer deeper than usual. Not your entire life story. Just one real sentence. Real connection usually begins smaller than we expect. A pause after "I'm fine." A question that is not automatic. A moment where someone stops performing. That is how shallow rooms become real rooms. But remember this. Not everyone earns access to you. Loneliness can make you desperate for connection, and desperation can make bad company look like rescue. But the wrong people can make loneliness louder. You are not looking for more bodies around you. You are looking for fewer masks, more honesty, more safety, more people who make your nervous system exhale. And sometimes, becoming less lonely starts with becoming less hidden. Not for everyone. Just for the people who have shown they can handle the truth gently. So if you feel lonely around people, do not assume you are impossible to know. Maybe you have only been surrounded by people who never learned how to read beyond the cover. Maybe you have been answering fake questions with fake answers for too long. Maybe your loneliness is not proof that nobody cares. Maybe it is proof that you need connection with more truth inside it. Because being seen is not the same as being watched. And being around people is not the same as being known.